Go over my 1970 Dodge Superbee. Run this in a lot of road course racing, autocross. As you see, we race in Optima, Search for the Ultimate Street Car. We've been at events like Holly Mo Party, a lot of SCCA events, King of the Mountain, which was the last event we were at. The yellow on this car is 5B0. It is a Lexus color off the Lexus LFA. You can't really see it in this video, at least I don't think. We'll see if we can get a shot at it, but there's a lot of pearl inside of this paint job. Car has US mags. They're an 18-inch wheel. I believe they are 9 or 9.5 inch wide. The tire is a 275/40/18. That is the same size on all four wheels, front and back. We have Wilwood 6-piston disc brakes in the front, and we have Wilwood 4-piston disc brakes in the rear. We do use green bearings. A lot of people give me grief about them going bad, but I haven't had to change them in probably 2 years, and the only reason I even changed them then was because I was changing axles. Now underneath the hood, I'm pretty proud of this engine bay. We have down bars here to help support and stiffen the front end of the car. For the engine, we have a 6.4 liter out of a 2018 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. It's a factory motor, 485 horse, has an 8-speed transmission. We also have a Wilwood master cylinder and a stock factory style brake booster. If you notice, the wiring harness has been removed from the car there, and it now runs inside of the fender wells and is hidden. A lot of the heater core hoses and stuff like that for my HVAC and everything, they all run into the valley, and they run into the firewall on the backside, so you can't see any of it. The wiper motor also, I filled in all of this and made it look smooth and relocated a wiper motor inside of the car. US Car Tool helped me out with this front core support bracket and stiffening bar, and it makes it look a lot better. So controlling my engine is a Holley Terminator Max X. For controlling the transmission, we have a Sound German Automotive standalone ECU that works with the Holley unit. It is a very simple, couple easy wires to modify or to plug in and go. Inside the trunk, nothing real super special. It is completely carpeted all around the place. Obviously, we use the trunk. We have a bunch of chairs in here that we use all the time. We have an Optima battery in the back of the trunk. We have Digitail taillights. They're sequential LEDs, so they sweep left and right, and they can also have a switch, so you can just have them come on like normal lights if you wanted. Pipes, tailpipes. And yes, I do have a hitch because I would like to do an event like a drag week or autocross week or something like that at some point. I do get a lot of questions about the front splitter on this car. This is actually a splitter off of a 69 Camaro. It's plastic. Honestly, I break them all the time. I have a new metal one that's coming and hopefully will be installed before we go to the SEMA show. The interior. So I have modern seats out of a 2018 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack as well. They are power. They still have all the switches and levers and stuff that all work like they do in the modern car. I have a tilt steering column. I have a Holley digital dash. I had to custom make all of these panels here to fit the factory switches to kind of make it look a little original. We also used part of the classic dash kit to fill in the rest of the dash to make it a good clean look. We have vintage air installed into this car. Normally down here I have a monitor set up, that way it kind of updates me and tells me how I'm doing on the road course when we're racing. The glove box does work. You can see the green light down there. That is where my Holley ECU is mounted. We still have to make a boot for the shifter. We'll get that done before SEMA as well. And we have a fire extinguisher here in the middle. I will like to build some sort of center console at some point, just to make it look a little nicer. We still have the factory rear seat, and we have this harness bar. You can see my 5-point harness here. And I have a couple attachments for when I have GoPros and stuff in the car. Okay, so underneath the car, we have QA1 coilover suspension system. It's pretty dirty. We drive this thing a lot. We're going to go through and just do a quick nut and bolt check before the next event. TTI headers. We have a Mosier 8 3/4 rear axle. QA1 double adjustable shocks. We do run a sway bar on the back of this car. We drive it on the road a lot. We also have US Car Tool stiffening on the underside of this car. These are the original floorboards still. Original rockers. We added some stiffening and then all the torque boxes up inside the frame rails or the inside the fender wells. Inside this fender we have a transmission cooler, and on the other side we have an engine oil cooler. The front end is converted over to a rack and pinion style setup. To fit the 8HP70 in this car, we have a transmission tunnel from Speed Tech Performance that you can kind of see it in there. We notched it out to fit the shifter down low inside of the car, and we can remove it in case we ever have to pull the trans out, but you can really, I don't know if you can really see it or not. Back of this car is still a leaf spring car, but we have a upgrade coming this winter, who knows, maybe even before SEMA, and it will involve this brand new 9-inch rear axle housing, third member, and other parts from Dutchman Motorsports and Speed Tech Performance. We are going to change the car over to a torque arm system. If you remember, I borrowed a friend's car that had a Speed Tech Performance arm on it already, and I loved it.